Hey, it's Sarah. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be looking at the weekly astrology and energy forecast. I hope you enjoyed last week because it was very slow and calm compared to everything that's happening this week. And I can't wait to share the details with you. This is obviously my take on the energy and the astrology, and because of that, it may not resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, no worries, just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. Quite a bit is happening this week, but the big scene stealer is, of course, the solar eclipse in Taurus. I'll put some information on the screen and slides of the various events happening, and at the end of the video, I'm going to break down the eclipse forecast for each sign, so be sure and watch till the end. Generally, everyone's going to be more sensitive this week. This eclipse will highlight areas where we feel insecure, issues at home, and our need for stability across the board. This is also going to be a week where we find we don't focus well, we are more sensitive, we're lost in thoughts of the past or worries about the future, and it's really tough to get anything done. So if you find this happening, put off what you can or do one task at a time that requires limited focus. It's probably wise to not eat during the eclipse, and anything you eat the night before or the day of, to make sure it is healthy. And eclipses can cause magic to go wonky, so this is not the best time to do craft work or make full moon water. This is a good time to make a list or set intentions of what you're ready to release. This series, Taurus and Scorpio eclipse, began back in November of 2021. So it would also be wise to take a moment and consider how much you've evolved since then, and what has transpired and what still needs your attention. The key here is to stay in balance. Without balance, we have chaos. This total lunar eclipse will be visible from Asia, Australia, North America, parts of Northern and Eastern Europe, and most of South America. An eclipse is always a game changer. It's a big reset. It gets us back on the correct path that we need to be on, even if we're unsure of what that path is. So it's a very important life event. So taking place in Taurus, it will highlight Taurus issues such as stability, security, home life, how we feel about ourselves, our self-confidence, our self-worth related to our place in the world. Taurus likes nice things, and they like to be surrounded by fond possessions. They like to feel secure at home. Taurus works hard, don't get me wrong, but they also enjoy the finer things. So if you are denying yourself the finer things, that's probably going to come up. If you are struggling with security at home or stability, if you're living in a place that's not meeting your needs, or your roommate is not compatible with you, all of those things are likely to be highlighted. Most of us are in the process of either moving or have just moved, so we have some upheaval with that too. The sun is still in Scorpio this week, and Mercury is in Scorpio as well. That double dose of Scorpio energy is something that will propel us forward to get to the root of the issue. As I say all the time, Scorpio doesn't like small talk, chit chat. They want real truth. They want the facts. And that will be the big clue on how to handle this, rather than brushing something off and just going, yeah, well, it'll fix itself. We want to know what's causing this issue, what's causing these problems. On November the 7th, with Venus square Saturn, we find that we may not be feeling our best because it's just a lot. It's a lot going on in the world, a lot going on personally, and we're just stressed. And that's okay. Just acknowledge how you feel and find ways to chill. Find ways that won't impact you in a negative way. On the 8th, we have the lunar eclipse, which, like I say, is going to be a game changer. And the effect of this eclipse will help us move forward and get really clear on our next move. For so many people, they know that, big change is afoot, but they're kind of confused on what direction to go in. And I totally get that, because this is maybe not a change that you're making, it's a change that's being decided for you. And in that context, it's even more overwhelming. You're going to be sensitive. The people around you are going to be sensitive. So just really be kind, be considerate, and compassionate to your fellow man and to yourself. If you can take off work, this would be a great day to stay home. Also on the 8th, we have Sun conjunct Mercury and Mercury opposite Uranus and Sun opposite Uranus. So all of this is going on to reinforce the fact that the future hasn't been clear. Most of us know that we need to make changes, but we're really unclear on how this should help some. We're going to have to make some decisions, and if we don't make them, they'll be made for us. On the 9th, the Sun is opposite Uranus. On the 10th, Mercury squares Saturn and Venus trines Neptune. So we move forward from the drama finally, and we can catch our breath. But anything you can put off, especially if it's a task or a meeting or a job or a project that requires full focus, because your concentration is going to be wonky really all week. On the 11th, we're collectively exhausted, and this is a good day to slow down and unplug. Another good day, if you can take off, this would be a good day to just stay home. Relax, meditate, restore your energy. I think that for most of us, this week is a lot. On the 12th, we're feeling more creative. Spiritual matters become important. It's a good day to read spiritual books, talk to a spiritual mentor, or take a class. If you feel like you're out of balance in your spiritual sector, or you feel like you've gotten away from spiritual studies, or that something is just missing in your life, this is a good place to start. And you don't have to commit to a religion or anything like that. Just pick up a book and start reading about different philosophies. And with the Scorpio energy, you're going to be driven to do that. You're going to be driven to, like I say, get to the root of the matter. So it's a great day for that. On the 13th, we crave stable relationships and are likely to seek out partners and go overboard. So slow down and think things through. We want that stability and we want that security at home. We want that partner that will be a partner to us, that will appreciate us, that will have the same work ethic we have, and that will have the same morals. So we're likely to jump to conclusions and go overboard with someone who is compatible. Give it time before you commit. Another thing we can expect to see this week is more bad news regarding the global economy, and a lot of it will trigger or light fires under people, and they will end up feeling more fearful and uncertain, and they will make bad decisions based on that. Stay positive rather than manifest from fear. So what lesson can each sign expect from this eclipse? Aries, the eclipse may point out areas of insecurity or instability, and you don't like feeling like this. This makes you feel very uncomfortable to think about there is some part of your life where you're not in control or you're not doing your best. The good news is, though, this will highlight areas where you have blocks, issues, or perhaps even trauma associated with these particular areas. For instance, if you have an issue about relationships and commitments, then this is likely to be highlighted during this time. And by working through this, you're likely to move forward quickly in healing these blocks. And this will give you much more balance in your life and much more emotional security. When you're not dealing with these triggers from the past, it's much easier for you to get on with your life and do the things you want to do. So while this is tough emotional work that doesn't sound very appealing, it is very necessary. Issues surrounding stability and security are definitely going to be highlighted, and you're likely to feel these overlap from career to relationship to home life, because this is a big block for you and all the triggers that go with it. Know that you're in the right spot at the right time now to heal these issues and move forward. It only gets better from here, Aries. Taurus, the eclipse in your sign will bring out emotions and make you more aware of everything that is going wrong around you. And it almost feels like you're being punished, but you're not. Everything that you've kind of put on the back burner or neglected is coming up right now, seeking your attention. And if you don't deal with it, it seems like, it's going to be a cascade of everything just kind of going to hell. But it's really within your control to mitigate this by being aware of what needs your attention and devising a plan or strategy. You're obviously more sensitive, yes. And with the eclipse being in your sign, you're likely to feel very uncomfortable with some of the revelations that are coming about. The key to this is understanding that everything that's coming up is a gift because it's showing you what needs your attention. And right now, if you can stay focused on these things and work through them, you're likely to move ahead into this next chapter of your life so much lighter and so much happier. If you're not up to tackling these issues, then take the time instead to journal them out and make a plan to revisit them soon. Also, you need to take care of yourself during this time, so plan some rest and relaxation this week. For Gemini, the eclipse may drain your energy and you'll likely want to be by yourself, perhaps go camping or just get away from everything and unplug. Try not to push other people away while this is going on. And also try not to do a week's worth of work on Monday. This is about being in balance and understanding the importance of all the different sectors in your life. Not just work, not just family, not just friends, not just school or research or being social. This is about balance across the board. Expect old issues and baggage to come up during this time, but all these issues are ready to be released, so you can work through them now because you're at a much better point in your life than you've been in a very long time. So detach from the drama this week. Make sure you have enough time to rest and to work through these issues. Cancer, this eclipse is going to push you forward. It's going to push you to make those necessary changes in your life. The things that you've been kind of dragging your feet on, the things you know you need to change, but you really don't have the final pieces, I guess I should say, to move forward. It's like you know you need to move, but you don't know where. I think the eclipse is going to give you that information. Try to work through these changes efficiently and keep a positive attitude. Even though you're not really feeling it, because you are feeling put upon, and you're feeling stressed because you don't feel like you have a choice. But this is one of those times when you need to just warrior up and move forward and push through. We need these changes to move forward, to continue our evolution and continue our growth. We're kind of stagnant where we are, even though we might be comfortable. You know how it is. You don't grow from your comfort zone. That's kind of the big message for you. You're going to move house. You're going to change your situation, even though you're not really looking forward to it. Be aware of your actions. Be aware of what you're saying, doing, thinking. The universe is listening. And also make sure that you don't do anything too impulsive or lash out at anyone. And this should go smoother than you could ever imagine it. The main thing is just get going. Leo, this eclipse can bring extra attention to all of those goals and projects you have in the back burner. And if you use this energy correctly, you can make great progress. Definitely end up with new opportunities. If you slack through this, you may end up regretting it later because these opportunities are not going to come back around for some time. There may be some setbacks, of course, because you don't have all the pieces to this puzzle. And because of that, you're just kind of, guessing on what you should do next. The information will come, and I think that you're going to get a lot more insights during this week of the eclipse about what to do with your career, where you should move to, and what's going on with the relationships. You have this need for assurance that things are going to be okay and that you are making the right decision. You're really questioning yourself a lot more now than normal. So by working through this stuff and healing whatever comes up during this time, you should get your mojo back and you should get a good idea of what you should do next. So just stay the course. For Virgo, this eclipse will leave you feeling like you're not having any fun, that all the adventure has gone out of your life and you're just kind of stuck in a rut. So examine that. Is that true? Are you really caught up in this rut, or are you actually feathering your nest and moving forward and building something? Before you make any rash decisions or, kick people out of your life or give up your apartment, then think about the bigger picture. What are you building? What are your goals? And are you making progress? Are you stuck and nothing really much is happening, or are you actually moving forward? Take some time alone and really pull out the journals, pull out your calendar, and go back over the last 6 months. What's happened? How much progress have you made? Are you not making progress? Be honest with yourself and look at the bigger picture, but do it without distractions. You don't need to talk to anybody while this is going on or be watching TV. Be honest. Think about it as if you were looking at someone else's life and reading these journal entries, looking at this calendar. How much is changing, and is this person moving forward, or are they stuck? Find a space where you can be alone and really go through the last 6 months. Look at it, examine it honestly. Are you moving forward? If not, what do you need to change? So rather than get out there and make impulsive decisions, do a course correction on your big plan. And I think that you're going to see that very soon you're going to have that adventure you're craving. Libra, this eclipse can bring to the forefront deep-held emotional beliefs and beliefs that you've outgrown. And you may struggle with enthusiasm right now because I can hear you in the background going, "What, Sarah, you're telling me we've got something else going on? I have too much happening." If you haven't already, though, watch the November forecast for Libra, because this month is actually going to be very good for you, and you're going to realize some of the success that you've been working so hard for. Use this energy productively, tackle those problems, tackle those issues that need your attention, and know that, yeah, you got this. This is a hurdle, yes, but it's nothing you can't handle. Libra's fortune is changing, and by the end of the year, this is, you're not even going to remember this because things are going to be going so well. Scorpio, this eclipse can focus on the people in your life and your relationships in general. So not just romantic relationships, but relationships with your family, relationships with your coworkers, relationships with old friends and new friends. So think about how you can improve these relationships. Think about what is adding to your life and what is actually just unnecessary drama. Scorpio does not generally suffer fools. People that are just in chaos and drama don't stay long in your life. But has that been true for the last couple of years? Or have you been making allowances for people because you're desperate for companionship, desperate to have somebody new to talk to? So really go back over that and think about the bigger picture. Are these people adding value to your life, or are they just adding chaos and drama? And you know what to do. Sag, for so long you've been in kind of this holding space where it's like, okay, soon things will come together. Soon this will make sense. Soon you'll get that raise. Soon the money will start flowing. Well, this eclipse can definitely stir you into action. You're probably going to be a lot more productive this week, and you may throw yourself 100% into your work and knock out projects like a crazy person. But try not to do that. Avoid giving your all to work right now. Definitely get stuff done, meet your deadlines, of course, and maybe even set up a plan for what you're going to do for the rest of the year. But don't end up overdoing it at work right now, because there are other avenues of your life that need your attention as well. And make sure that you go easy on yourself and that you don't become overly critical or fall into the pitfalls of perfectionism. Good enough sometimes is good enough. Don't stress over things that really don't amount to anything. Find balance in your home life and your work life. Capricorn, this eclipse is all about your creative energy. You can focus on what you love to do this week and really find your groove. Now you're writing music, you're painting, you're doing those things that you love that you really didn't seem to ever have time for. This week, everything just flows. You can connect heart, mind, body, and soul, and you will find that this brings much more balance and harmony into your life. So sail through this, Capricorn. Aquarius, this eclipse is going to hit you very strongly emotionally, and you may feel much more in tune with what the people around you are feeling or going through. And this can be very uncomfortable, especially if you're around a lot of family members or people that are going through trauma or processing things with this eclipse. And all of this, of course, can trigger you and trigger past emotions and trigger things that need to be dealt with in your personal life. So if you can, spend some time alone and really restrict how much time you spend around people this week. I think this is a good week for self-care and also for getting back in balance and getting back with your self-care routines. But I mean, overall, this is going to be easier than you would expect. Pisces, this eclipse is going to invigorate you, and you're going to, make a list of goals, make a list of places you want to go, make a list of where you're going to spend all this new money coming in. Except you need to work on taking care of the details first, like where is this money coming from, before you jump out there with these new ideas and make these new plans. There can be some hiccups around travel for you this week and also around partnerships. So make sure that you are including your partner in these decisions and plans, and also that you're there if they need to talk things through. So this is going to be an up and down week for most of us. It's going to be very intense, very emotional. Do your best to be kind to others, be kind to yourself, and show compassion to everyone in the world. I hope you enjoyed this little mini reading. If you did, let me know in the comments section below. And as always, let's thank the patrons for making this and all the videos possible. If you find value in this, why not consider joining the YouTube community or becoming a patron? Stay tuned for the next video. Reiki blessings!